From the punch, turning slightly, crossing under, releasing the fist, coming back, turning slightly to the other direction into the push posture so the palms turn out. Okay, so from the punch, cross hands, apparent close up, and you return the push back out. So from the punch, turning slightly to the left, release the fist, cross the left hand under the elbow, maybe just above the elbow. Move back, slide the hands, or slide the forearm back so the wrists cross. Then you open, turning slightly, and then back into the push position. So just look at that from some different angles. So from the punch, so we're just in the standard form. Turn, cross under, slide back and turn the other way. Separate the hands. Back into the front stance with the push position. Then just return to the punch. So coming back into kind of cross hands, open out, turn the palms, elbows stay down. Palms turn out. So from the punch, turning slightly, crossing under, moving back, opening to there. Turning slightly to the left as you cross under the elbow and move back. Palms are facing you as you slide the hands apart. Then forward again, palms turn out. So the hands move close to you. This is the closing, apparent close. And then the hands float out again slightly. So the elbows come close, then the elbows float out, but not too far out. It's a bit like in the Huang Tai Chi, they'd say it moves from a fist width to a hand span. So you've got that slight change in the arms. It's almost closing right onto the body, but not quite. And then it opening out. Okay, so it's easy to make a loop of that on this side. You just go from the punch through to the push, then just change from the push to the punch and just repeat. So you just keep looping that movement round. You can feel how the movement's driven by the body movements rather than from the arms. So that's just a continuous loop. So on the mirror side, we're punching with the left arm, right hand's across. And a turn to the right, the top hand crosses under, above your elbow, slide back, hands cross roughly at the wrists, then you open and back into the front leg. Then I can repeat there from the punch, apparent close up, mirror version. Okay, if you wanted to make a loop left and right, you could probably incorporate a step. So it would be here. Then I would step into the punch on the other side and then do the mirror version. From here, it's like I'm going into deflect down and parry, step forward and punch. Again, you might have limited space to do that. So I'm going from punch, apparent close up. Then I'll turn the front foot diagonally, come into deflect down, parry, step forward and punch. Go through the mirror version of apparent close up. Come back, turn the front foot, and we'll go into deflect down, parry, step forward, punch. We'll just do the punch on the other side and then through apparent close. If you've got enough space, you could do another one. Parry and punch. Apparent close up. And the mirror form is in some ways just like brain training. You don't have to practice it all the time. But certainly this movement in push hands is good to learn on both sides. So it's a splitting, kind of outside split or inside split, left and right. Bagua, they call it passing palm, so passing underneath or passing underneath. So in Bagua, it's the same as Green Dragon stretches claws, it's that passing under. So it's the same kind of technique. So you want to be able to do it on both. Pass under your right arm, pass under your left arm. So we start in the punch. So we're 70-30 on the front leg and just working on the body structure. So taking the time just to feel the structure of your posture. So again, the feet, the kind of horse stance, the qua, the tail, the Ming Men, waist, wings, back of the head, crown of the head, and the sort of upright equilibrium. So it's hard to perfect that in the form when you're moving, but you get a chance to do it here. So we just turn slightly to the left and release the fist. So that might be the first movement, 1. And we're beginning to cross under. So it could be that's the first movement. Second movement is I come back and slide, or second position, slide the right arm back so the wrists cross, and I'm in the back stance with this kind of cross hands position, left hand in front. So we've got 1, 2, 3 as I begin to slide the hands apart, still in the back stance. And then 4, maybe in the center, 5, 70, 30. So it's 4 or 5 there. So starting the punch. 1 is I turn slightly, cross under. 2, come back into the back stance, into cross hands. 3, open, turning slightly. 4, come back to the center. 5, come to 70, 30. So you can try and just distinguish those points of reference. So 1, 2. Here I'm kind of square. 3, turning slightly. Hands just slide slightly open, not too far. Into the center, and then release into the front leg. So that's like the load and release positions, up and down. Back to the punch. 1, fold the front qua, open the back qua, and cross under. Move back into cross hands close to the body, maybe a fist distance. Turn slightly and open. Sink back to the center, like you move maybe, so if you're moving closer to the arms, or you maintain the closeness of the arms. Turn the palms out and release to 70, 30. The hands extend out maybe to like a hand span if we're doing the sort of long measurements. So 1, turn, cross. 2, come back, close. 3, turn and open. 4, sink to the center, starting to turn the palms. 5, release out to 70, 30. Palms out into the push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, turn, cross. 2, come back, slide. 3, turn, open. 4, load in the base, sit or come into the base of the walk if you like. Palms starting to turn out. 5, release, and the palms turn out. Elbows stay down, but they move in and out slightly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you could try that on the mirror side just to map out those points again. So we start in the punch, 70, 30. And just again, try and work the posture points of the feet, the legs, torso, crown of the head, wings. 6 directions, back opening, Ming Men, 70, 30. 1, turn, cross under. 2, come back. Cross hands in front of you, closed. 3, open. 4, load into the center. 5, release out, 70, 30. So that difference between 4 and 5 is minimal, but it's like down, then out. Punch. Turn and cross. come back, close, and then open, load, and then release. Punch. Cross on the front leg, close and cross on the back leg, turn and open on the back leg, sink to the center, turn the palms out, beginning to turn out, then release to 70-30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, on the mirror side still. So on the mirror side, punching with the left hand. Again, the kind of Mr. Leo exercises, you can adjust your legs, spine. One, crossing on the front leg. 2, crossing and closing on the back leg. 3, opening. 4, loading. 50-50, 70-30 release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the difference between the load and the release is like there's a down, sitting and loading the spring. Release as I feel the feet and feel as a connection from the feet to the hands. I'm not straightening the legs particularly. It's more like I'm going landing and bouncing out. Practice. We'll go back to just the flow of movement and just see if you can catch those points through the flow. You could even go mirror form. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 within that. Is that wrong? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 turn, 2 come back, close, 3 open, 4 load, 5 release. So we don't have any steps in that move, it's just moving within the stance. So you're turning in this kind of circle, sort of. It's like I'm turning that way, turning this way, coming back into the center, and out again. So Paul Rogers says, attack in straight lines, neutralize in circles. So the circle is neutralizing. Here, there's a circle that neutralizes, and then the attack is straight out again. And Mr. Leo said, yield, turn, return. So the yielding and turning is neutralizing. Loading and releasing is returning or attacking. So that's the body movement. So you have this kind of folding the qua, opening the qua thing. Also, you see this in, say, these type of movements. The first movement is slightly folding the front qua, opening the back qua. But then you come back. So the circle continues. It's a bit like ward off right. It's the same actually there into roll back. So I'm coming around there. At this point, I've neutralized, so I'll come back into the center, and there's more of a straight line back. So I'm not necessarily going back in a circle. I'm neutralizing in a circle, coming back in a straight line. Just to give you the sense of the body movements. So yeah, that's the shifting of the weight and the turn of the body. And you could try that mirror version as well. So it's folding the front qua, opening back qua, turning this way, continuing the turn as you come back, and then turn the other way. Then similar to the press after roll back into the center and directing forward with the push. It's quite a difficult movement actually in body. It's quite subtle, but quite specific. Easy to not do it right and just twist the shoulders or not really use the legs. So in these type of movements and push hands, there can be a tendency for people to lean back, and we're trying to kind of get away and do these type of movements. That might work up to a point. But if we think of this type of exercise where we sit in the qua rather than lean back, I'm sitting down. So here, after the punch, sit in the qua, turn the qua, sit, don't lean. Sit down to return as well. So we're using the qua, sitting down. Not trying to limbo dance or wriggle away. That way I've still got the strength in the legs, center in the feet, center through the spine to come back from. That's more the body mechanics. So here, when I come back, if I think of the qua, sit, turn, sit, and release. There's sometimes a tendency in the Chen Manching style for leaning backwards. And you can see it in some of his photos in his book, it's a slight leaning backwards. Mr. Leo would emphasize dropping the tail, which led to some people leaning backwards. But then his other students would emphasize sitting the qua, which would be like leaning forwards. Generally, with the leaning forwards position, you've got more options than when you're here. You might run out of options, can't get back easily from there. Sit down, allow that movement, connection in the legs. So for the hand form, you can just stand parallel, still have the feeling of the qua and not leaning back. So I'm still get the feeling of sitting. And this was strong in the Huang Tai Chi. You see the practitioners there practicing in this position. So the leaning back is not, it's more obviously bad in some ways. So the sitting down is more obviously gives you a strength in the legs to be able to absorb the force down. Here it's going out my back. So you can still practice that when we're just working on the hands. So start from the punch, turn and cross under the elbow. You could sit down here and then release out if you want. So you have some vertical movement. So it's like I'm catching and throwing. If you just want to work on the hands, turn, release the fist, cross under the elbow. Palms are both so facing you. Slide this arm back so the wrists cross in front of the sternum. Slide the palms apart, open. And you've still got this sort of triangular shape of the push here. And then just turn the palms out and expand out slightly. Turn, close, open, and expand slightly. So think of those distances, but I'm not doing that. It's just the same shape kind of thing, moving in and out. Elbows stay down. It's a good practice to do that, and maybe try left and right sides. Cross under the elbow, drop the elbow, cross the hands, turn and open, turn back and expand out. Turn and cross. That's the passing palms, pass under. Slide back, slide it open, and then expand out as you return the push. Maybe try that on both sides. Pass under, close, open, expand. So again, you could make a sort of looping practice there. Left and right sides. Pass under, close, open, push out. Turn and pass under. So it's like swapping one thing for another thing. Swap this for this. You can do it more in a smooth movement as well, so it can be more like a circle. So good to be fluent and fluid on it, left and right. And one of the teachers in the Huang lineage, Lao King, you see him doing this. He does like this. Just kind of like preparing for that move. So he does a lot of those splits. So you've got that arm close, and you can slide apart. So you can close on the body and slide. So it allows you to, it's also in the white crane, it looks like the wings flapping. So you see them doing that kind of thing. So it's like the wings are folded, then the wings can open, or the wings can slide and reopen. And getting used to that position has a technique behind it, or has a kind of purpose. Closing has a purpose. And it can be used to lock someone or extend them out and change sides. So that closing position. Also in the Huang Tai Chi, they would do a lot of this pluck movement. So it's like an arm drag under to pull under the arm. So that cross position gives you access to that. If someone's pushing on you there and you have the cross, you can drag under their upper arm from the cross position, left or right, which does this kind of pluck or swinging arm movement. So the cross hands is like the beginning of either left or right pluck. And Paul Rogers, Bagua, he described someone standing here, you've got a front door through their center, or you can come around to their side to get the side door or the other side. And these movements allow you, the passing palm allows me to pass between the front door, the side door, the other side door. Getting past their arms, or where their force is, you can yield and change from left to right or from outside to inside. You'll see that closed position in Bagua as well. In Bagua, it's ape offers fruit. So that's a very sort of closed in posture that looks weird, but it has the same kind of closed feeling as cross hands or apparent close. Second palm change, you have this posture, which is similar to that. So you can just be sort of freely practicing crossing, splitting, pushing. So maybe you're splitting in the center, or you're imagining coming to one side or the other side. And allowing that closing and opening movement. When we're looking at these exercises, that swing down here represents the pluck as well. So once I've crossed and caught the arm, that's the kind of Wong Tai Chi pluck. So when I'm in the cross position, that could be how the arms pull and pluck. So that relates to that position. So it's the first loosening exercise. You'll see this in the second loosening exercise. You've got that cross position. So that movement is, although it's not directly in the 37 form, it's in the Wong Tai Chi, and it's how they use cross hands to pluck. So it's here in the first loosening exercise. That sort of downward swing, that bit. So it's like I'm bouncing a ball or throwing something down after the pluck there. So it could be a sharp movement, but it has that full range of motion behind it, potentially, to do a fast pluck or something. So it helps to understand the direction of the sort of vector of movement, the power of the legs behind it. And you'll see that this practiced in the bow stance. So that's me sort of practicing cross hands and pluck in the bow stance. So plucking left and right, crossing in the middle. Or you could have this kind of in and out, open and close feeling. Left and right closing. And in some of the Wong patterns, they have they call it like slap the chest, when it's like single push hands, but they will and do a fast close on the chest. So it allows you to feel comfortable with somebody doing a fast move, and you have that fast response of that position. And from there, you could change the hands quickly, potentially. So letting that be a kind of defense. Similar in the Yang style push hands, or the Wu style, you've got this position on the press. And that's also in the Huang Tai Chi, does the press like that. So that's not unlike cross hands. So that double pung, like double ward off. So you could regard this as double ward off as well. So it can be closed, but then it can be pung. Or it could be one hand. So those are all just ways of playing around with that punch, apparent close. And just looking at some of the aspects of the hand and body techniques, including the 5 listening exercises, how you relate those. So as I said, in Bagua, you're doing more like this. So you keep the hand, the kind of snake, head of the snake is still looking out. It wouldn't come so much to there. That's more like the wings. So in Bagua, Paul's version, it's more like that. So you're closing, but keeping the fingers pointing out. It's still a kind of open and close movement. And that green dragon stretches claws is the Bagua version. So it can be interesting to feel the difference when you're doing partner work, when you're more sort of passive in Tai Chi than when there's more of a threat constantly there. It's very different. But the actual mechanics of it is similar. So we'll go through the form up to apparent close up into the push, just from the beginning. Okay, from the punch, turning, crossing, moving back, closing, opening, loading, releasing. So you come back, step up, deflect down, parry and punch. Apparent close up, crossing, coming back, opening, going forward, pushing out.